This is a Waterpik Ultra. The device comes with actually 6 different heads, and 2 of them are the standard head right here. This is the top of the device. This holds the heads. This right here is the reservoir. You can put water in the reservoir by removing the reservoir from the base and bringing it over here to the sink and filling it up with water. It's very simple. On the left hand side over here we have the power button and we have the pressure dial. What you can do here is you can control the pressure by just turning this knob. On the very right hand side is the highest pressure. So if you have this pointing over here, you're at the very highest pressure, which is 10. If on the left hand side over here, the lowest pressure is 1. Now they say that when you buy this and you first start using it, you want to start with the lowest pressure. And the reason why is because if your gums are either not healthy or they're not used to this type of cleaning, then this device can damage your gums. It can make them bleed. Just trust me, just don't do it. Just put it at the lowest pressure, start there, and then work your way up. So this here is the controller for when you're actually going to be doing the water picking. And this is very, very simple. It has 2 buttons on it. This one here removes the head. So you press this button, it ejects it, and then you can put one of the other heads in. This here is the pause button. This button pauses the water stream when the device is on. The reason why they have that is because as soon as you hit this on button right here, then the device is going to start pumping water and it's going to start coming out immediately. So it's also important that when you do hit the on button that you have this thing pointed in the sink. Because if you don't have it pointed at or in the sink, then it's going to start shooting the room, shooting you, or wherever it's pointed at. And so when you turn the device on, you want to be aware of where this tip is. And if you need to stop or, take a little break, pause in your mouth or whatever, for whatever reason, just hold this button down, and for the length that you hold it down, the water will stop coming out. In fact, you can even use it as a little bit of a technique thing by partially pressing it down to lower the pressure a little bit temporarily if you have like a sensitive area in your mouth. And so, as I mentioned before, in the top here, we store the heads. And these are actually all the heads that come with the device. There are 4 heads that I have in here because there are only 4 that will fit it here. And then there are 2 standard heads that come with it, as I mentioned earlier. One of them's on here, and the other one I have, away somewhere. And so, in addition to the standard head, you get a deep cleaning head, this one right here. And as you can see, it has a little tip at the very end. That's a little outlet for the water. And basically what that is for is it emulates floss, or it cleans deep down into your gums as opposed to just the regular standard head, which also cleans the gums, but this one you could go a little deeper with this head, or so they claim. This head here is a toothbrush head. It has a brush on it, but it also has a water outlet in there. Now the pressure with this head is not going to be as high as with the main head. In fact, there is no other head that I know of where the water comes out as strong and as harsh as the standard head. However, there is a brush on this head, so you can also use it to brush stuff out of your teeth or out of your braces or whatever you want to do with it. So, and you can kind of do what you can do is you can brush for a little while holding the pause button, and then you can let go of the pause button and it will start blasting water into your teeth. So you can do both like that, or you can just let go of the pause button and brush and blast your teeth at the same time. It's up to you. This head is a tongue cleaning head. It looks kind of like a bowl at the end, and what happens is you plug this in and the water will come up this pipe here and it will go into this bowl and spread out, and it will hit at the larger surface area of your tongue. And that's what that head's for. It's to clean off your tongue. Last but not least, we have the orthodontic head. And basically what this head is it's a lot like a standard head, except the very edge of it has a little brush. It's an orthodontic brush for removing stuff for braces. It's kind of a, it's got some kind of tough bristles on there to get stuff out of your teeth. However, with this brush, also with this brush head, the pressure is not nearly as great as with that one. So I find myself, even though I have braces, using the main head the most. I don't really use this orthodontic head a whole lot. So those are the 4 different alternate heads that come with the device besides the main head. And this is the top. As you can see, it has a couple air vent holes in there because this thing sits on top of the reservoir. And so what you can do is you just take off this blue reservoir here as soon as you're about ready to start, and you bring it over to the sink. And when you fill it up, you need to fill it up with lukewarm water. And the reason for this is because if you fill it up with hot water, you're going to burn your gums. If you fill it up with cold water, then it's not going to be very comfortable. Trust me, just don't do it. And while we're speaking about the water and the reservoir, it's also a great time to point out that you can actually add solutions into the water for a better cleaning or a different type of cleaning. For example, my dental hygienist said that you can add hydrogen peroxide, she didn't give me the specific amount, so I'm not going to make any suggestions here or anything like that, but you can add some amount of hydrogen peroxide into the water, and that will help with gum disease and help clean your gums out, and so they stay healthy. I also heard you can add baking soda. However, some of the things that you add, I don't know, baking soda may or may not be one of them, can also shorten the life of the machine because they can go down into the machine and you know, get it all stuck up in there. So that's basically it for this this Waterpik Ultra. It's a pretty simple device. When you take it out of the box, all you have to do is plug it in and then unpackage everything, fill the thing up with water, and you are well on your way. So it does take a little bit of learning. You have to realize that you have to bend over the sink pretty low, and at first you're going to be wanting to look at your teeth while you're doing it because you want to get your orientation, and that's going to shoot water all over the place. It's probably going to, you know, you're probably going to wet up your bathroom first couple of times. But then you're going to realize that you can just get real low onto the sink, and that you can, you know, once you know how the device works, you could actually just kind of keep your mouth mostly closed while you're using it, and therefore it won't spray everywhere. Although you're always going to have your mouth somewhat open, unlike a toothbrush, because the water has to flow out somewhere. You're not going to be drinking the water. So that's it for the Waterpik Ultra. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.